The 12th best player in the NBA for 2025 is Kevin Durant, who is now on the Houston Rockets, of course, no longer on the Phoenix Suns, and he is still an incredible player even at his age. His scoring is still pretty much as elite as ever, even on a pretty terrible Phoenix team this year that was missing Booker for a lot of the season. Beal had a down year, and it wasn't even Booker's best year necessarily. They asked him to do so much offensively, handling the ball and creating from his favorite spots, and he did that as well as always. Incredible efficiency from all over the floor, incredible floor spacing, excellent mid-range shooting. He's leaning more on his floater short mid-range jumper as his career kind of gets later. At this age, Durant probably can't carry an offense all by himself to greatness, but the Suns still produce great offense with him on the floor, well above average, well above the league average. He's not as quick as he once used to be, and his passing is pretty good. It's gotten better over his career. He's a great pick and roll player at this point, but he's never going to be a natural decision maker, primary distributor type. But I think what makes up for that in a lot of ways is his defense, which is kind of under-discussed at this stage of his career just because the Suns have been such a disaster for him, where I think over the last couple years, but definitely this year with how poor Phoenix's defense is, they had no good defensive centers. Their best defensive players were two rookies, and Durant had to do a ton as a rim protector, really impactful, blocking shots, forcing players to shoot worse than their average while he's there. His instincts are so good at this point in his career, and he's, still quick enough to defend wings on the perimeter at a pretty high level. So Durant is a guy who, on the Houston Rockets with less offensive responsibility, is going to fit right into their defensive scheme, but he finally adds some much needed half-court scoring creation. And it's going to be interesting to see what Durant looks like on a Houston team that's been built defense first without any reliable source of half-court creation. I think it's going to be great for Sengun to have KD as a floor spacer and another guy to attract gravity. It's going to be great for Amen Thompson. We'll see if he can boost the ceiling of this offense like he has in the past with teams like Golden State and even Brooklyn for very short stints, because the Rockets still are probably a half-court creator or short two, but that's outside the scope of this video. I think Durant is undoubtedly a top 15 player, and I can see him being a bit higher than this, though not that much lower. He's very kind of spot on for me in this early teens range as just an all-time scorer who can really dominate on that end while also providing value on defense.